A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel and to this collective reading. The connection they have with you has impacted them the most in their whole life. No one has shocked them and surprised them the way you have done it. So this is the message that came in, and the message is very genuine, because here we are not talking about the good experiences or the bad experiences or the fights or anything else. Here we are talking about such an important thing, like somebody has impacted them the most. It's not their parents, it's not their teachers, it's not their best friends, it's not anybody else who has done what you have managed to do on their knowledge, understanding, their maturity level. So many things have got impacted because of your presence or the meeting that you had with one another. Most people think that meetings have to be only physical in nature, or meetings have to be in a certain type of way. They have to be intimate in a certain way. They have to be projected out in a certain way, and then they will have an impact. Like if you meet a person, say 100 times, you will have a lot of impact. But that's not how things function in the world of energy. In the world of energy, if you meet an amazing soul, like this soul like you've never seen before, an angelic soul, a beautiful soul, a powerful soul, a soul that comes with some kind of mystery, you meet that person once also, your life will change, even once. Because you can look at that person, you can then observe that person, and that's what they are doing. They are saying that no one has shocked them and surprised them like you did. What is the story or the connotation behind it? The story behind this is that maybe when they met you, they thought they were also in denial, first of all, because initial meeting has to be very impactful. The first meeting was very impactful, but later on it could have been ego or the programming or anything else, so many influences are there which tell people that okay, this is good and that is not good for you. So maybe the first meeting was very impactful. They were very interested in knowing you, and they were also considering themselves to be very lucky. Like very lucky and very blessed to have found someone like you. And yet they listen to their ego more, or they listen to the others more. The others with whom they had multiple meetings, they probably grown up with them, they were raised by them, or they'd studied through them, or they learned through them, or whatever, they probably learned some skills. And yet, despite all the love, we are not here to compete with others. It's not like, okay, you are the only person, you're the only person who matters. We're not saying it like that. What we are saying here, what we understand here is that you are here, people are here, all people are here to get transformed. But many a times it is the chance meeting or an intentional meeting with somebody who's very inspiring, who's very influential, who's very infectious as an energy. They have very infectious energy. When you meet someone like that, or anyone for that matter, it will transform you. Some people have that charisma in them. Some people carry that type of energy in them that they can transform people wherever they go. And they felt this strong push towards becoming a better person just by meeting you, looking at you. But their beliefs were probably challenged. You have your own beliefs and they have their own beliefs, okay? And then there was a war in belief system. Basically, their beliefs are like, no, this looks nice, but it can't be real, it can't be authentic, it can't be genuine, it could be made up. Because most people who live in the world of ego, they know that ego creates illusions. Ego is best in creating illusions. Illusions of wealth, illusions of fame, biggest illusion is illusion of love. Okay? But it's not a real thing. It is an illusion at the end of the day. So it is like a mirage, You can never achieve what you're actually looking for. So this person first was shocked when they found out that someone like you, who they are so mesmerized with, inspired with, they are shocked that, such a person even exists on this planet, and they met me, and now they like me and they love me and they want me. And so they saw this sort of attraction, obsession also, in a way, a little bit obsession was there. It was not so visible. It became visible later on to them, right before separation phase or right before whatever happened later on. So for them and their ego, it was a big massage, because they know what you are and who you are, and you're so touch me not and out of their reach type of a person, so different, so unique. There is some mystery around you. You have an aura which is so different. They can sense the energy. They feel very nice just by thinking about you. And sometimes they are the ones who, take a bit time and they're a bit slow. Then they also see the straightforwardness in you, wherein you are okay to call a spade, or you're okay to say certain things. Otherwise, people would appreciate it. Otherwise, people like it maybe, but they don't like it because they take it personally. Because they have been raised with, insecurities and whatnot. And so they decide on their own, they assume that you may not be the right person for them. Okay? And keep listening, because it's going to get very interesting now. So they think that you're not the right person. Overall, you're a phony. They think, or they thought in the past when they were in that shock phase, you're not authentic person. Actually, they also have a lot of doubts on themselves. Because people who have doubts on themselves, they have a problem in receiving true love or receiving true emotions. So they thought that, okay, you are amazing, but why would such an amazing person fall for me or like me? I'm not that nice. I'm not that, lovable. And for you, you might think that how come this person is saying this? Because they should know that they are lovable and likable, or they have something going on with them. You maybe read their energy, you see their potential, you see the good things about them, good qualities in them. But they don't see it yet. They are trying too hard to be likable. The biggest reason why they get attracted towards you is because you don't make efforts to be likable. You are just likable. That's it. And God wants them to see it. God wants them to know, because you're going to transform their life eventually. And that's what the channeling is about. That the beginning of the channeling is that they feel strongly that you have impacted them the most. So the other things that I'm telling you, they are around this channeling, how this impact has happened. And I'm not going into personal situations or other things, specific cases. I'm just reading the energy for you. Okay. So usually, say, on the outside level, on the surface level, they also know they are nice. But they know that you're different, and there are certain things about them that even they don't understand, but they like it. But when they get to know you, your intimacy, your way of connecting with them, like you don't pretend, you love them so you love them, you like them so you like them, you find them nice so you find them nice, you want to spend time with, like there's no gameplay happening, there's nothing happening. And they see this straightforwardness as like a habit, or like where you're probably like this with everyone. That's how they feel, because you are a likable person according to them. So they feel like you must be doing this with every guy or every person you meet. Like if you are listening for a woman, then the vice versa. If you're listening for a man, so it's not gender specific, this is energy specific. Okay, so the other person who got shocked first and then surprised later on, this shock and surprise was is the most important reason, and this is the reason which makes them feel that you have had the maximum impact. Because with other people, if they figure out that someone is not nice for them, someone is not good for them, someone is not, just their standard or their type, they would move on. But in your case, they cannot move on. They just cannot move on. They keep thinking about you. They are obsessing about you. There was a time when you had also obsessed about them because you saw some good qualities in them, which they had not seen it because you were intuitively reading them. You maybe read a future version of them. You met a person and you were like, okay, what is this person's eventually the future is going to be like? Okay, this. These are the qualities. When you met them, maybe they were at 50% or 40% of those qualities. But they also have a liking for you because, these are soul connections. When we are in soul connection, we have a instant similarity or familiarity with them. But the relationships take time to develop. Because soul connections, soulmates, they are here for a long period of time. They are not like karmics. Karmic relationships end very fast. But soul connections, they are here to stay. So you cannot separate that easily, even if this person wants to separate and run away or do whatever they want to do. So when they saw you loving them, they were shocked. Instead of being happy, they were shocked. Why? Because they are insecure. They are not sure, like, yes, I am worthy of this person. So they would look at flaws and faults and they would point them out, and if not point them out in verbally or verbal conversations, they'll point it out inside their head. Or they will point out your flaws and discuss it with another person, like a best friend, like a colleague, like a mother, father figure, anyone, who also has some kind of connection with them. But that person cannot read you yet. That person cannot sense you yet. And they don't know any of this exists also. For them, in their reality, it's like a normal life is like this. They have a certain image or imagination about a normal life. And when they hear about you, you don't fit into that bracket, that category. So maybe they want to protect their person. Maybe they want to protect, or they want to take care of them. Maybe they're not really doing it out of frustration or envy or jealousy or just ill will. They are maybe doing it because they don't understand this subject at all. They don't understand what's ascension. If you look around, not everybody is doing ascension. How many people you meet on a daily basis who actually talk about ascension? Like they wake up in the morning and they go like, hey, I'm gonna do this for my ascension, or I'm doing this inner work. Very few people do that. So when they talk to you, the things you say, the words you say, the language you speak, the lingo, the topics you talk about, they've never heard these things before in their entire life. This type of a love story also, because they see themselves in the love story that they have with you. But this type of a love story, they don't know how it will work out eventually. So anyway, they decide to part ways or go away, and they think that, yeah, I can go away and I can do my things and I can live my life or whatever. I can't deal with this every day, because they feel the intensity and they want to run away from the intensity. When they run away from the intensity, it's a false perception that they have, moved on. But actually they never move on, because even when they're looking for other potential people, they are trying to look for a person who looks like you, feels like you, but does not come with all the problems that you were presenting to them. Now the moment of surprise, when they leave you like you're not good enough for them. There's something wrong with you. You're a crazy person. You're a psycho, and you're fake, most importantly. And they don't understand you. This is all gibberish for them. And they are also irritated with you because they want to justify what they know, but you're not going to listen to them. You're going to say, no, this is the truth. So they also get into the mode of testing you. Okay, so you're going to talk about peace of mind. Let me test your peace of mind. So they do a couple of things. Those who don't fully separate, they also do some other things which are very annoying. And then finally, when there is a detachment phase, so when you detach from this person, they get shocked and surprised because of the way you transform and because of the way you show it to them that you don't need them. You actually loved them. You actually cared for them. You were happy to be around them. You were happy to talk to them. You were happy to, make them feel loved and connected and taken care of or, supported. But they took all of that in a very negative sense. Something that was not true, something that was not correct, entirely correct. So they thought that you can't live without them, you're this obsessive, crazy person. And now they see that you can very well manage without them and you're flourishing. You're flourishing. They don't know that you change every few years. They don't know that. Most star seeds, they have a snake skin sort of a thing, they keep changing their skin. So they look different every decade. Every decade you meet a star seed, that person will be different. They'll dress up differently. They'll have different hairstyle, different hair color, different, hobbies, the new hobbies they pursue. So when they see your transformation and yes, it is a transformation also because for a lot of star seeds, they also need to transform. It's not like they're perfect from the very beginning, They are not perfect, but they want to understand that what is this whole concept of perfection, and they don't want to be like, yes, there was a time when they were competitive and they wanted to be the best and they wanted to be loved by everyone. But sooner or later, people realize with time when they mature, when they open up spiritually, that this place is actually a school and it's very temporary. Life is very temporary on planet Earth. So better to do things that come from your heart chakra, heart space, not what everybody is doing, not become a copycat. So when they get to this point, or you get to this point, because we are relaying for the person who's listening. So when you get to this point where you realize that, I was just loving a person wholeheartedly. Now they are thinking that I am a clingy person, or maybe I did act like a clingy person because I was not fully developed. I was also going through a lot. I did not know. And this connection mattered to you also a lot. If it matters to you, that's why it matters to them. True love is never one-sided. So it mattered to you so much. That's why you were scared when the other person was getting scared and paranoid. You actually got projected on by them. Instead of projecting on them the feelings of safety, security, maturity, acceptance, and space, most importantly. Like when somebody wants space, you must give them space. And this you can only do when you yourself can give yourself space. Okay? So, in a way, you have also taken a lot from them in terms of learning and becoming a person, a better person, a person of your choice, becoming more and more you, and less of the programmed version. So they get very surprised with the transformation, with your growth, with your independence, with the way you did not take rejection personally. You did not disappear. You did not vanish. You did not, hide into any cave. You, on the contrary, stood out. You started standing up for yourself, taking stand for yourself. So you stood out. And they see that you have a lot of power over them in many ways because you are not chasing them. You're not, convincing them. You convince them once or twice or in the past. And then you're like, okay, I've tried a lot. I've messaged a lot. I've mailed or whatever I've done. I've tried to talk to them over the phone. They just don't want to listen. They have such strong preconceived notions and they have such strong programming. It's better I don't do this. Some intelligent people said it's better I don't do this and I focus on myself. And the others who were still looking for answers, they started doing more research work. Maybe they spent some time, looking for information. They did not find it. They found the lower frequency information also, where people confuse lust as love. They don't understand what love is, so they think that lust probably is love. So yes, in this channeling session, I feel very strongly that the connection they have with you has impacted them the most in their whole life, because no one has shocked them and surprised them the way you have done it. And you've done it multiple times. Okay, so they are observing you, they are learning from you, they are inspired by you, and they also now respect you in a way that they sort of accept their defeat, but they accept their defeat happily. They don't accept their defeat like sulkingly, because you know what? It's always amazing to be with someone who's really impressing you. Like, they're amazing, not only amazing, but they seem to be better than you in many things. So a person who doesn't have ego, a person who's really smart and wise, they're going to take it in a very positive way, that such an amazing person has fallen for me. Instead of saying, why is this person after me? I'm not that good. Or maybe I don't know this or I don't know that. Why are they still into me? They must be having some motive. They must be having an ulterior motive or something like that. They must be trying to use me. And when you start thinking these thoughts over and over and over again, like what's in it for them? They must be coming here for a reason. They don't love me for who I am. This also shows insecurity on the part of other person's side, who is not able to receive that energy, right? So on this note, I'm going to close this channeling session. For your personal situation, you can check out the description box. And once you book the reading, you can let me know on email, which is the sunamoon@gmail.com, and I will schedule a proper time for you, because we could be living in different time zones in different countries. And yes, kindly do not share your twin flame journey in advance with me before you actually are in the session, the personal session has started. Then I will ask you certain things and, it will progress from there. So yes, I will see you soon in another one. You can also support me on Patreon. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I was checking the data the other day and it showed me that a lot of people who are present on this channel, they view the channel but they don't subscribe. Like, subscribing to a channel is absolutely free of cost. That's how you get free content from someone, and you get it regularly. So show your support, because if you are going to show support to people who are working for other people and who are contributing in the collective, you will attract it. Most of you people, when I ask you, like, why do you think you don't get support? You're very confused. But you don't know that we always attract in our life what we give out to others. When we support others, we automatically get supported by others, some other people, if not the same people, some other people, but it's an energy that comes back to us. What goes around comes back around. What we give to the universe gives it back to us. Okay, so as for this channeling also, this channeling is like more focused on people who did not give up and who did not take rejection personally. Don't take rejection personally. You're worthy of love. Just because one person rejected you doesn't mean it's over for you. And in this channeling, the person who rejected you or the person who was running away from you is literally thinking constantly about you, and they feel that you have changed their life. You have transformed their life. So I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out.